Evening, folks. Brian here, Geomagnetic Earthwatch. It is Monday, June 9, 2025. Due to changes in Earth's protective magnetic field as a result of the geomagnetic excursion, this warrants a revised introduction to my YouTube platform. So once again, my name is Brian Gunderson. I'm a Canadian living in the province of British Columbia, Western Canada. I am a private independent researcher in the field of the geomagnetic excursion, which results in the destabilization and weakening of our protective magnetic field and the effects on our planet. So before I continue, some personal notes about myself. I am a father of a 17-year-old autistic daughter who receives my dedication and time. First and foremost. Now, the main difference between me and most other YouTubers is that I do not lie about who I am. I do not commit the act of fraud by saying such things as I'm an astrophysicist, I'm a geophysicist, I'm a scientist, and so on, and I have these credentials, and I have bachelor's degrees, and so on. Many have committed fraud by making such statements. I will always tell you the truth. I'm very happy to tell you the truth. I have said this many times before. My last completed grade, folks, was grade 10. I started grade 11, dropped out, and then enlisted into the Canadian Armed Forces in 1979 to combat arms. Subsequently, afterwards, I worked in different security fields, and then focused on my occupational first aid, maintained my highest level of training and accreditation for 28 years, as well as did a lot of construction, CSO, construction safety officer work. So I stopped in the year 2018 due to the development of degenerative disc disease of the spine and arthritis throughout the rest of my body. And now I spend most of my time, actually 7 days a week, morning, afternoon, night, in my studies. So as an independent researcher, my back wall is not lined with diplomas and degrees and so forth. And on the other hand, my studies have not been constrained by university guidelines and schedules, steered in one direction or another to fall in line with government guidelines and standards and narratives and financial backing. Now, this does not mean we are not capable of learning and finding out what is happening on our planet, trying to find out the truth in our journey, the truth in which the government is trying to keep from us. We are free thinkers, using our critical thinking, and for some of us, some aged wisdom, common sense, integrity, cognitive rational reasoning, good analytical skills, so I've been told, without using our findings to instill fear for profit. Now, I have well surpassed the acquired amount of time to go through the university levels with my own personal research and study and observations. And I continue to do so in my daily work, to which I report to you on various platforms. Now, folks, first, my awakening was not in the science of the earth changes, but spiritual. So while others deny him and even blaspheme him, I keep him forefront and connect my observations and findings for what is clearly described in the Bible, because of these times that we're about to enter into. As for any other beliefs, I'm a firm believer that we are in a binary or a trinary star system, to which the intersection happens on a timely basis every approximately 3,600 years, as clearly evidenced by Earth's geological and other related Earth changes in its recorded history. Now, just so you know, so I don't trigger any attention-getting algorithms. The name of the star in which we see on the daily basis is Sol, S-O-L. I just happen to name its binary companion, the brown dwarf, Sal, S-A-L, the evil twin sister. So if you hear me using the word Sal, you know I'm referring to planet. Now, folks, this is going to be the most significant coming event that the government has been trying to keep hidden from us for the past 44 years, approximately, since they discovered it actually and made the formal announcement in December 1983 and January 1983 through the New York Times and the Washington Post. And it is due to its gravitational and electromagnetic influence on Earth, which is the reasons why we're suddenly experiencing a great increase in earthquakes, including deep earthquakes in diverse places, a dramatic increase in volcanism, rising heat and fires, as well as breaking down our jet streams. So again, I spend every single day, starting in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning into the evening, taking breaks every once in a while to do my growing my food. I spend a lot of time, 7 days a week, monitoring a number of different application sites which show the increase in earth changes. I do not give you fancy word salads, fear porn, exaggerations, promote coins and currencies, merchandise for profit, nor pads at doomsday campsites. Having said that, I do have my PayPal, which is for a large part goes to help me in taking care of my autistic daughter. And I will be considering a Patreon account to secure my information, let's just say. I will give you simple explanations so you can understand what I'm trying to convey to you, what's happening on our planet. As for our planet and our sun, the sun's behavior is changing along with its solar system of planets. Our normal magnetosphere is no longer fully protecting us due to the ongoing geomagnetic excursion. So the simple and small space weather events and normal streams of solar winds are now having much larger impacts on the planet and its critical infrastructures. Now, one main reason for the change here, and the slight change in the format, is I now believe that Earth is in the beginning phases of developing a multipolar field, which is to say, multiple magnetic poles instead of just the primary two, north and south, which are on an excursion and working towards each other. This will result in unknown durations of extreme weak areas, much like the South Atlantic anomaly. This as suggested and evidenced by the events of grid failures, communication failures, airport air traffic control radar failures, electrical substation fires, other fires with no reasonable explanation on how they're occurring over certain areas. For example, from northern British Isles, extending all the way down to the bottom of Spain. That whole area that's been experiencing all these issues. And this means we are entering new times of poor forecast methods and models. There is no method and model. We don't know which area is going to be next and for how long we're going to have these zones of extreme weaknesses. Now, there is the ESA, the European Space Agency, swarm mission of satellites which have been launched to monitor the Earth's magnetic field, to which the public will not have access to that information, unfortunately. What we are going to experience, however, are smoke screens of disinformation, manipulation to conceal the truth, paid misinformation content creators, such as those selling doomsday campsites, others screaming false preachers, and so forth. There's also going to be minds, people's minds, cemented in disbelief. And I don't waste my time trying to jackhammer and chip away to open up their eyes. My primary reference is his playlist, which is more credible than anybody else. And speaking of the Almighty, as we near the manifestation of that which Luke chapter 21, verse 26 forewarns, there will be mass media broadcast of their lies and distractions. So too on social media networks and some YouTube content creators. Now, as for me, as of right now, I am being shadow banned on YouTube, which means you do not see when I upload videos. And they are also watching me, because when I upload videos, when I first started, it was instant like that. Now they are taking their time, 20 minutes per video, because there is a longer review process being done on my videos. So to secure my observations and findings and suggestions, I'll be starting a Patreon platform under the same name, Geomagnetic Earthwatch. I'm just beginning to work on it now. I will let you know when it's completed. So again, I have to secure my information. And this is pretty much going to conclude my revised introduction. And as I always say, as you were.